This video sponsored by Meeple Movers. No minimum order, no subscriptions. Free shipping on every item, every day. At meeplemovers.com.
Hello and welcome to Brian's Got Game. I'm Brian. Today I've got a game called Curly Foo. Curly Foo is a 2-to-4 player abstract strategy game by Gérard Pierson and will soon be published by Broad Games. In this game, players are moving across a grid trying to gain the most fame. The numbers on the tiles determine how many spaces you can move on your next turn. Some of the rooms have special actions on them, which can get you more fame, parchments, or unexpected bonuses. The trick is to plan out your moves so that you move the exact number of spaces and don't cross the activated tiles. Otherwise, you will lose fame. When a player can no longer move, the game ends, and the player with the most fame wins. So, let's check it out, and I'll show you how to move around the tiles, how to gain parchments, and how to use clue cards for an advanced game in Curly Foo. To set up, place the 49 square tokens in a grid, and then make sure that they're light side up, not dark side. It's kind of obvious, like that. Alright, then you shuffle the parchment cards, and we're going to put them right there. Then shuffle the unexpected cards. There are also these clue cards, but they're for a more advanced game, so we're not going to use them. Then place the fame tracker on the board, and we're going to put it right there. You are now ready to begin. So this is a print and play copy, so we don't have the actual pieces. We do have these tokens from another game, so we're going to use these. We're going to be playing a 3-player game, so each person takes their token and puts it on 7, and then each player picks their starting spot. A starting spot is one of them with these notebooks. So we're going to have that player start here, this player start there, and this player start there. Notice that all of the notebook ones have 1s on them. And then the start player begins by moving. So you move in a straight line. So right now we have 1, so I'm going to move 1 space here. After you move off of a space, you flip it over. It is now deactivated. So I'm going to put it. Alright, then it's the next player's turn. So we're going to move 1 onto that space, flip that over, and then here we're going to move to that one. Alright, now this is where it starts getting interesting. Notice how all of these different tokens, tiles, have different objects in the magnifying glass. So this one has an envelope with a question mark. The movement rules are you have to move in a straight line, and if you go less than, so if I move 1, 2, 3, you lose 1 fame for each space you didn't move. So I'm going to move this way, 1, 2, 3, and we'll lose 1 fame. If you end on a spot with another person, then you also lose 1 fame. So I'm going to go there. So we flip it over, and since it was an envelope, it means that I can do 1 of 3 things. However, we're not playing with the clue cards, so that means I can only do 1 of 3 things. I can draw a parchment card, or I can gain a fame, which would recover the one that I lost. Or if you were playing with the clue cards, you could draw a clue card. I am going to draw a parchment card. Just to show you kind of what's on these. Here, I'll bring them up here so you can see what they are. Good? Alright. So this one is reduce your moves by as many steps as you wish, but you have to move at least 1. However, you do not lose fame for doing so. So basically it lets you break the rules. I could have moved there to there without moving fame, if I had the card. They're one-time use, and then you play it into a discard pile. There's a bunch of them. Pass your turn without any consequences. You can move diagonally. All other movement rules still apply. And then there's just a bunch of them. So I'm going to draw one of these as this player. Okay, now blue gets to move 1 through 7. So I can choose to move as many spaces as I want. So I'm going to move this way too. Oh, yeah, 3. 1, 2, 3. Since it has this feather on it, that is fame. Matches the fame over here. So I get to move up 1 space on the fame track. And then we flip that over. Alright. Now, black, we're going to move 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Onto the 4. And flip that over. It was a parchment, so that means I get to draw a parchment. This one is jump from your tile to another as if they were secret passages, but end your move on an unoccupied active tile. Black there. Alright, now we're back to white. We can move 1. We're going to move there and gain a fame. I'm going to move this space 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip that over. Unexpected! So that's what that is. What that means that you draw one of these unexpected tiles, and it tells you to do one of a couple things. This one is gain 1 fame. So that was the black player. There. And then that's discarded. Alright, and then that was an envelope, so now they can choose to either gain a fame or draw a parchment, and they're going to gain another fame. Alright, blue, we're going to move 2. Flip that over, gain a fame. So you just keep going, moving around until I'll explain that in a second. So now I'm going to use this secret passage. No, I'm just going to move. Okay, 2, that's a fame. Unexpected, I'm going to gain 2 fame. Alright, now this player is on a space with the secret passage on it. So now they can move to any space with another secret passageway on it. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. And then that flips it over. So I use the secret passageway to teleport over there. Wait, no, that's only 2. I'll go 1, 2. Flip it over. So that's secret passageway. So now it's the blue player, and let's say I want to go all the way up to this other 1, 7. So you lose 1 fame for each deactivated tile you move through. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 spaces, and I lose 2 fame since I moved through 2 rooms. But I also gain a fame, so I go up 1 and back 2. Flip that over. Yep, so play continues until there are no more valid moves, or until one player does not have any valid moves. So if you were on a 1 space and all of the tiles around you, there's no valid move, so then the game would immediately end. Or the other way for it to end is if somebody has 0 fame on their turn. So I'm going to look at some more of these unexpected cards real quick. Draw a parchment card, draw a parchment card, draw a parchment card. Gain a fame, gain a fame. So it's just draw parchment or gain a fame, which is pretty helpful. So then I'm going to look at these clue cards. These are kind of like goals, things you want to happen. So this one is end your move on either a number 1 or number 2 or number 3 tile, while number 1, 2, or 3 is occupied by an opponent. So this person's on a 2. I want to end my move on a 2. So if I ended my movement there, that one would score. End your move on a free tile identical in number and symbol as occupied by an opponent. Gain 1 fame. So there's just a bunch of those. They give you fame. Here's a harder one. Deactivate the last remaining active starting tile. You get 2 fame. And then there's just a bunch of them. So after one player cannot move, the player with the most fame wins. That's how to play Curly Foo. Okay, got my dad here for a parent's opinion. So Dad, what do you think of Curly Foo?
I really liked the puzzly nature of Curly Foo. It is deep down, I think, really an abstract type of game, and I like abstracts. But I really liked the movement and the puzzles and trying not to, ever crisscross. It kind of reminded me of Snake.
Okay. So components, ours was a print and play, so it's going to be a Kickstarter, so you never know what the components could be. So that'll be interesting to see. The artwork does look final, though. You've got the board, the fame tracker. That looks cool. It's got the little spots for each one. And then, and then all of the, like the box art looks good, too. The different characters, and then just the cards in general.
Yeah, there's kind of a whodunit or a mystery type of a feel to it with the magnifying glass and scrolls and things. I think there is kind of a backstory. I can't remember what it was, but you're looking for something.
Yeah. So strategy. You said it's kind of an abstract game. So you're just moving in an orthogonal direction.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the grid and the numbers. It's random every time.
Try not to cross the ones that have already been on.
Yep, you lose points for that. Also, you got to pay attention, in the directions you're going. You can't go off the grid. So you wouldn't want to go on a big number
right next to the edge.
Right next to the edge if you didn't want to go in, know. And then there's the switches, and that kind of messes up my head thinking about it. But they're secret passages. So that kind of plays into your strategy. And then when I was playing this at the very end, it was like I wanted to go on all small numbers and just stay in one area, keep doing ones and twos, and not really moving.
Yeah,
because when you can't move, then the game's over.
Yeah.
And if you're moving long numbers at the end, then you're potentially crossing deactivated tiles.
Yeah, so there's a bit of strategy there on what big numbers at the beginning, smaller numbers at the end is what you did.
Yeah, and the fame, pieces kind of get snatched up early.
Hit as many of those as you can. And then the envelopes are pretty powerful too. And then parchments are cool, but you don't want to collect too many of them because then you never use them. But you had a cool one. It's like pass your turn with no consequences.
Yeah,
that was pretty powerful.
That one was nice.
You could just
especially if you get trapped.
Yeah, you stay in one more turn. I think we ended in a tie.
Yeah, we did. We ended in a tie. And so the tiebreaker was play again. But there's really no, I mean, you don't have anything. Like I said, it's an abstract game, so it's hard to have like a second tiebreaker.
True. So easy for kids. Yeah, I mean, it's easy. You just move, and as long as you know 1 is 1, 2 is 2, you could play.
Yeah, there's a little bit of reading on the cards. Maybe play without the clue cards. Yeah. If you're playing with kids, I think if you want to play more of a strategic game, then the clue cards add a lot. Other ways to gain fame.
Yeah. That can be a good tiebreaker. Whoever did the
most clues,
most or least, depending on how you did it. That was easy for kids. So overall, I had a lot of fun with it, moving around the grid. Like, it was kind of new to me, the way, like, I don't think I've played a game like this before.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. But like I said, I do like puzzles, and it just felt very puzzly to me. Staring at the grid with numbers and trying to find, the optimal path through the maze.
Yeah, what I spent the game doing was, how can I get to the envelopes? Just move around all the envelopes.
So you were collecting envelopes?
Yeah.
Were you getting parchments or fame? What were you trying to do?
I got equal
balance.
each. I got more fame at the end, but yeah. So that's Curly Foo. That's it. Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page. Send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game. Visit our webpage, briansgotgame.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian. This is my dad. And I'll see you next time.